What's good, y'all boys, man? I'm back with another reaction. This time I got how good is Caitlin Clark actually? And bro, let me tell you, she is by far the best female basketball player I have ever seen, bro. She does things that like, bro, I don't even see niggas do, bro. Like, it get like that. She's actually like that, bro. So if y'all still don't know, now y'all finna know. Because we finna get straight into this video. Hit that like and sub button. 10K subs on the way. Let's do it.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark?
If you're an opposing coach gameplay.
Bro, did y'all hear what he said? I gotta run that back because that was tough.
Caitlin Clark.
Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark?
If you're an opposing coach game planning to stop Caitlin Clark, what would you do? Pray.
You gotta tackle her.
Here's Clark.
You gotta tackle her every time she shoots. Like, look at that. That's tough. That's nasty.
Caitlin Clark has become the face of women's basketball in the past few years. Her influence alone has given women's basketball a never-before-seen attention. And the craziest part is, she's not even in the pros yet.
Man.
Caitlin Clark has the entire basketball world talking about her. So it's only fair to give our 2 cents and talk about how good Caitlin Clark really is. We'll dive into...
Bro, forget all of that, bro. Just imagine if Steph, Chef, Curry, and Caitlin Clark had a baby. That little nigga would be the greatest hooper of all time. Like, dead ass. Because she's like 6 foot. Steph Curry's like 6'3", so that means the baby would be about 6'5". Bro, that little nigga would be the greatest hooper of all. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Bro, really think about it, bro. Like, dog, that would be it. They might just have to, you know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy, but they just might have to make something happen.
How Caitlin Clark became the megastar she is today, how incredible her run has been at Iowa, and how we think she'll develop at the next level of her basketball career. Caitlin Clark grew up in the state of Iowa and first picked up a basketball at 5 years old. She was so advanced for her age that she was playing in boys' rec leagues growing up. She was a multi-sport athlete as well, playing softball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, and golf along with basketball. What? But once she made it to high school, she made basketball her primary sport and never looked back. She played 4 years of high school basketball and absolutely dominated. She was so incredible that we'd be here for hours talking about every single accomplishment she had. So let's hit on some of the featured moments from her high school basketball career. In her junior year, she had a 60-point game, which was...
Damn! 60 in her junior year? Caitlin Clark scored 60 points in a 90-78 win against Mason City High School. Her 60-point game was the second highest single game point total in Iowa 5-on-5 girls basketball history, surpassed only by Abby Rose Rowe in 1996. She also set the state single game record with 13 three-pointers. Holy motherfucking shit. Ain't that what Steph Curry... Didn't Steph Curry have like 13 three-pointers and set the record? My nigga. What's the little nigga name? Caden Curry. I just created the most legendary nigga ever. Caden Curry. Bro, he would average 40 in the NBA.
ring total in
That's the
Iowa
only nigga that can
women's
stop Victor
basketball history.
Wembanyama. No cap.
She even led the entire state of Iowa in scoring as a junior, averaging 32.6 points per game. Her senior year was much of the same dominance, as she led the state in points again at 33.4 points per game.
Damn.
She also averaged 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2.7 steals in her senior season. She finished her career with the 4th most points and 6th most three-pointers made in Iowa women's basketball history. And it was clear that she had the chance to become a star at the college level. She was ranked the 4th best player in her class by ESPN and initially committed to Notre Dame, but would eventually stay home and attend her hometown school.
That would have been tough. Having Caitlin Clark in Indiana would have been tough. That would have been tough. That would have been tough.
University of Iowa. so we knew how much of a star Caitlin was in high school, but still had more to prove. Going into college, she was still a hometown girl from Iowa who didn't gain much media attention at this point. But even as early as freshman year, she knew she could make a name for herself. She entered her freshman year at Iowa as the team's starting point guard, and in just her first college game ever, she gave us a glimpse into the superstar she would become. In her debut, she had 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in a 96-81 win. The rest of her freshman year was much of the same, as she finished her freshman year averaging 26.6 points, 7.1 assists, and 5.9 rebounds per game. Some major highlights from her freshman year was her 37-point performance against Minnesota, 39-point performance against Nebraska, and a triple-double against Western Illinois, which had not been done by an Iowa women's player since 2015. Unfortunately, her season would end in the Sweet 16 to the one-seeded UConn, but her freshman year was one of the best we've ever seen in women's basketball. She was the Division I Co-Freshman of the Year, first team All-Big Ten, All-American honors, and even led the country in total points, assists, field goals, and three-pointers as a freshman. Now you might ask, since Caitlin Clark was so dominant, why didn't she just go one and done and declare for the WNBA draft? She's clearly good enough to play in the pros. Well, unlike the NBA, one and done doesn't exist in the WNBA. In women's college basketball, players must turn 22 years old the year they opt into the draft. Athletes also need to be 4 years removed from high school if they want to enter the draft.
What?
Players could go overseas and get professional experience before being WNBA draft eligible, but women's college basketball has been known to be the best route to get to the WNBA, so a lot of these women's athletes just stick it out the 4 years in college. So crazy enough, Caitlin Clark had 3 more years of college basketball to play, and this is after breaking records as a freshman. Let's be real, the WNBA draft eligibility rules should be changed, because clearly Clark could have played at the pros at this point. But since the eligibility rules are what they are, we knew that we can all just sit back, relax, and watch a historic college career from Caitlin Clark. Her sophomore year consisted of much of the same dominance as her freshman year, and she was slowly becoming more and more of a household name. And she didn't just continue to dominate, she continued to break records. Her 44 points on January 2nd, 2022 was the most by any.
Bro, he keep putting all the stats on the side I'm on, bro. So now I gotta move sides, bro. My fault. I should have been did that.
Woman in a single game at Carver Hawkeye Arena. And her stat lines were getting so insane that she was breaking men's records too. She became the first Division I player, regardless of gender, to have a 30-point triple-double in back-to-back games. And although she had multiple 40-point games in her sophomore year, the one that stands out the most was her 46.
She's out here getting 30-point triple-doubles on back-to-back games. That's absolutely insanity.
Point outing against Michigan, which was absolutely jaw-dropping as 25 of those points came in the fourth quarter alone. She won the Big Ten tournament in her sophomore year, which included a 41-point and 9-rebound game in the conference semifinal. And although her season ended in a shocking round of 32 loss to Creighton, she finished her sophomore year averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, and took home the Big Ten Player of the Year along with all.
Bro, she's out here almost averaging a triple-double, my nigga. Like, how? Bro, whoever Caitlin Clark's parents is, bro, shout out to you. You just made a legendary player. Like, you're going down in history.
American honors. Caitlin Clark's junior year is when she really put her name on the map and established herself as a. Clark's junior year is when she really. Along with All-American honors. Caitlin Clark's junior year is when she really put her name on the map and established herself as a household name.
Bro, that might be the farthest female shot I ever seen, like, ever.
Was nothing
bro, no cap, because I'm not used to, like, bro, like, on a serious note, we're not really used to seeing, like, girls shoot that far. Like, she just did that so perfect. Like, she just, you know what I'm saying? From the, It was so fluid.
As
Hold on.
Clark's junior year is when
Look.
she really put her name on the map and
Damn.
established herself as a household name, if she hadn't already. Caitlin's
changed
junior
the
season
game.
was nothing short of historic, as she didn't just put up insane stat lines, but continued to break various records. Along with her averages of 27.8 points, 8.6 assists, and 7.1 rebounds per game, she recorded her 7th triple-double of her career, which broke a Big Ten record. She also became the fastest player to reach 2,000 career points since the year 2000. She also moved to second in Division I women's history in total triple-doubles, only trailing Sabrina Ionescu. In the Elite Eight of March Madness, she had a 40 triple-double, which was the first 40-point triple-double in March Madness history, in either the men or women's.
Bro, she's out here getting 40-point triple doubles. Like, are you serious? Bro, if you don't know Caitlin Clark by now, bro, you need to tap in. You need to go watch her highlights. You need to go watch her play live. You know what I'm saying? And I heard she's getting, and you know what I'm saying? If everything goes like it's supposed to, she's about to get drafted first round by the Indiana Fever. And you know I'm at all the games. I'm getting a season. Bro, I'm getting season tickets, my nigga.
Tournament. In the Final Four, she had an insane 42 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, knocking off the defending champs, the University of South Carolina. She also became the first player in tournament history to have back-to-back 40-point games. She led the University of Iowa to their first NCAA championship in program history. Although the season ended in a loss to Angel Reese and the LSU Tigers, Clark had an impressive 30 points and 8 assists, along with 8 three-pointers made, the most by any player in the title game. Her 191 total points in the NCAA tournament were also the most by any player in the history of a single NCAA tournament run. Of course, with all her success, she earned every award possible. Conference Player of the Year, National Player of the Year. If there was an award given out that year, she probably won it. Many considered Clark's run as one of the greatest seasons in college basketball ever, and she still had to return for her senior year. Caitlin Clark came into her senior year with superstar status and was far and beyond the best player in women's college basketball. In just her second game of the year, she had a 34-point triple-double in a win over Virginia Tech. In the very next game, she became the Iowa women's all-time leading scorer. Then just 1 week later, she surpassed Kelsey Plum for the most 30-point games in women's Division I history.
Bro, she got every single record in the book, my nigga. Like, damn. Bro, she might, bro. The crazy thing is, bro, like, you see how she's breaking all these records now? As soon as she gets to the WNBA, she's going to be breaking records within her first 2 years, bro. No cap. I'm not even lying to you, bro. She's probably going to, if she stays healthy and she does everything that she's supposed to do, bro, Caitlin Clark will be the greatest women's basketball player of all time. No glaze. Like, she will be, like, #1 on every chart in the WNBA. All she needs is 5 to 7 years. I'm not even going to cap to you. And that sounds crazy, but
with record-breaking performances and sheer dominance. She's averaged 31.8 points, 8.8 assists, and 7.3 rebounds this season. But among all of the historic performances and record-breaking stat lines, there are 2 records in particular that put her in GOAT talk. The first record she broke was held by none other than the greatest three-point shooter of all time, Steph Curry. The record she took from Steph was the most
Bro, they're literally on the screen together right now, bro. Caden Curry. Caden Curry. What's the word? I'm telling you, that nigga be so nice, bro.
Pointers made by any player in Division I over a single season.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
Broke
But
in
y'all
her
get what I'm
conference
saying,
tournament
though.
quarterfinal,
Like, that would
way
be
before
insane.
March Madness even
Hold on, I
started.
can't. My bad. I was talking over what bro was saying.
Three-point shooter of all time, Steph Curry. The record she took from Steph was the most three-pointers made by any player in Division I over a single season, which she broke in her conference tournament quarterfinal way before March Madness even started. The second record she broke was not just the all-time women's scoring record, she broke that easily on February 15th, but the Division I all-time scoring record regardless of gender, which was held by Pete Maravich. She broke that record on March 3rd off a 35-point, 9 assists, and 6 rebound outing in a win over second-ranked Ohio State. There's no denying how good Caitlin Clark has been over the course of her college career. But with all the accomplishments and records she's broken, there is still one major thing she is missing: a championship. Caitlin Clark, off sheer eye test alone, might be the greatest women's college basketball player ever, but adding a championship could help boost her resume to having the greatest college career of all time as well. Now, we know Caitlin Clark is historic and seemed to be breaking a new record every night in college, and it's an essential lock that the Indiana Fever will select her with the first overall pick in the WNBA draft. But let's actually break down her game and understand why she is.
We like this. Indiana Fever.
And it's an essential lock that the Indiana Fever will select
do
her with
it!
the first overall pick in the WNBA draft. But let's actually break down her game and understand why she is this good and how she'll project as a WNBA talent. Her 6-foot stature is big for a point guard in the WNBA, as the average height for a point guard in the WNBA is only 5'9". She has a great handle, a quick first step, and attacks the rim with force and speed, and can finish all types of ways. And when the defense collapses to contest her drive, she can pass among the best of them.
Goodness.
Her passing ability often gets overlooked from her incredible shot-making ability.
That's tough.
But she's an elite passer as well. Her size helps her rebound efficiently,
She is
and her
kinda
lateral
tall,
speed and
bro.
size allows her to defend almost anyone on the court. Truthfully, she is the perfect prospect for a guard in the women's game, and her offensive skill set is the female hybrid of Magic and Steph in the women's game,
Magic and
is a
Steph?
talent that has never been seen before in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark is arguably the greatest women's college basketball player of all time, and her influence on women's basketball has been compared to Steph Curry's influence on the men's game. Caitlin Clark has shined a
cap.
new light on the capabilities of women on the basketball court, and she is changing the culture of women's basketball. There's living proof in that statement too, because she is putting a record number of fans in the seats. The 2023 national championship between Iowa and LSU was the most watched women's basketball championship in history.
12.3 million viewers. Nah, that's crazy.
And the game in which Clark surpassed Pete Maravich for the most points in Division I history was the most watched women's regular season basketball game in 25 years. Caitlin Clark is generational and has changed women's basketball in a way that has never been seen before.
She was signing the retro
Generational
fours?
and has changed women's
Nah. He had a pair of retro fours. He's getting signed. Some Michael Jordan's getting signed by Caitlin Clark. No, that's crazy.
basketball in a way that has never been seen before. The crazy thing about Clark is that people are already putting her in the women's basketball GOAT conversations before even making the pros. But it doesn't even seem to even matter, because Clark is flashing a shot-making ability that has never been seen in women's basketball before. But let's get your thoughts. Can Caitlin Clark be the greatest women's basketball player of all time?
Yes.
Will she live up to the hype in the WNBA? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes. Hey, man, that's going to do it, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if y'all want to see more Caitlin Clark, bro. Let me tell you right now, bro. She's the greatest women's hooper of all time, bro. No glaze. But now hit that like and sub button, 10K subs on the way. Let's do it.